What's up, guys? For this video, I thought I'd share some relatively pleasant news with you regarding a piece of legislation that was recently passed in my city, legislation that I helped to pass, which I feel really grateful for, that I was able to do something effective for the animals. I am lucky enough to be a part of a group of citizen lobbyists who are dedicated to basically just promoting animal rights and animal rights advocacy, animal rights protection, and legislation. So this was really successful. This was a 2-year campaign that we did to have the use of the bullhook banned in our city. I reside within the state of Pennsylvania, and we have some of the worst animal rights protectionist laws in the country. And there are states like California, which have many cities that have already banned the use of the bullhook. Even the circus has been banned in some cities. So our campaign we've been really modeling some of their efforts in California and in other states. Basically, my city council on December 19th voted 6-3 to pass a bill, which is nicknamed the Bullhook Ban, which bans the use of certain tools for training and controlling wild animals, and specifically prohibits the use of bullhooks, hacksaws, baseball bats, whips, and sticks. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar what a bullhook is, it's really simple. It's just like a steel hook, which is attached to some kind of handle, and it's used to beat elephants, to abuse them, to force them into submission. It's often used by circus handlers to train them. It's a really, really cruel practice. Elephants are known to have relatively thin and sensitive skin, so bullhooks, often handlers will sink these into behind their ears or into other soft, fleshy parts of their bodies to, instill fear and intimidation. They're also used even by the Pittsburgh Zoo. They often use bullhooks to herd the elephants out of enclosures for cleaning and inspection and herding them back in. They also are known to use wild dogs. There have been reports of that in the past. So this is amazing that this bullhook ban was passed. Of course, associates from both the Pittsburgh Zoo and PPG Aquarium and even Shriner Circus, they expressed their discontent, saying that the new law would prevent them from holding their circus fundraiser and jeopardize the organization's ability to raise money for children's hospitals. Barbara Baker, who is the CEO of Pittsburgh Zoo, also petitioned for the inclusion of the word improper in the bill. Yes, they want to continue using the bullhook, but only if it's used improperly, and they're not realizing that the use of the bullhook is improper, and it is animal abuse. Circus handlers often use the bullhook to get elephants to do extremely unnatural tricks like stand on their hind legs, balance on balls, and even to basically walk people around the circus in circles. Really monotonous. I mean, elephants will do this for hours at a time, just walk people around on their backs, and so they use these bullhooks and other tools like baseball bats and what have you to just control them, to subjugate these elephants. And it's really unnecessarily cruel. So Brian Bonstill, whom I'm very close with, who is the president of Humane Action Pittsburgh, spoke in favor of the ordinance. He mentioned that the purpose of training an animal with such an instrument is to instill fear that it will never forget. That's why even when you are not sinking the bullhook into the flesh of an animal, the brandishing of it is just as powerful as brandishing someone with a gun. So yes, it is used to intimidate, even if it isn't necessarily being used. The elephants are very smart, they're very intelligent, and they know that this is something that if they don't behave, they will be punished for. Pittsburgh Zoo does have a pretty terrible reputation in regard to how it treats its animals, and it pretty much decided to give up its AZA accreditation after refusing to find effective ways to control their elephants. They were offered to either stop using their bullhooks and maintain their AZA accreditation, or to continue using bullhooks and lose it. And of course, they decided to lose it. So yes, the members of the Pittsburgh Zoo want the bill to be amended. And I don't know if I think I discussed this in a past video of mine. I think it's titled Animal Rights Lobbying versus Activism. And I discussed that we've been doing this campaign for 2 years, and initially it was the Traveling Exotic Animal Humane Ordinance, which failed. It did not pass, unfortunately. My city's legislature just didn't pass it. The Traveling Exotic Humane Ordinance was supposed to ban basically the traveling of exotic animals in our city, and we were modeling this after a campaign in California. Didn't work. Of course, this ordinance would not have necessarily affected the zoo. But either way, it wasn't passed, and so we changed it and to to the bullhook ban, which is what this ordinance is. Either way, this is a huge success for our city. It's a huge success for the state of Pennsylvania. As I said before, to my knowledge, there are no cities in Pennsylvania that ban the circus. Like, the circus is legal everywhere here. There is talk of campaigning for a new ordinance which would ban retail stores or retail chain stores from purchasing or selling puppies which were bred from puppy mills. So we'll see how that goes. And I just wanted to share this little victory with my YouTube channel. So this video would be the shortest video I've ever done if I just ended it there. So I also just wanted to add in my thoughts about Februdairy. Februdairy is the new thing right now on social media in the vegan community. It's basically a campaign by the dairy industry to counter Vegans Veganuary, which is our campaign for the month of January. Februdairy is a direct counter of this. More people are becoming vegan, more people are aware of the ethical and environmental implications of their food choices, and profits are clearly declining in the industry, in the dairy industry. The dairy industry is doing whatever it can to stem the tide of, people opting out of dairy products. Mod Vegan has a video on Cargill and how they are investing in facial recognition technology for their cows to detect whether or not they are lame or not, or whether or not they are eating enough food, gauge the overall health of their animals. So the dairy industry is doing whatever it can to stem the tide and to increase sales. I think that they should invest in clean dairy or clean milk. There are bioengineers who are looking for ways to genetically engineer yeast cells to produce milk. This is a technology that the dairy industry could invest in. It's also funny because if you go to Twitter and you type into the search bar #Februdairy, all of the results are literally vegans trolling the shit out of the dairy industry. So it's hilarious. I think it's funny. Even all the vegans that I'm following on social media, there are vegans on Twitter whose every third post is something about Februdairy or something about a dairy farmer, Jude Capper in particular, who seems to be blocking vegans who are annoying her, I guess. I think just like with the passing of the ordinance in my city, the Bullhook Ordinance, I think this is a great effort amongst vegans online to collaborate and to work together for a common goal. So this is really good. I personally have no problem with people doing that. I think that's fine. It's definitely not something I'm interested in, so I haven't really been commenting about Februdairy much. This is actually my first thoughts that I'm putting out there into the world about Februdairy, and I think the campaign is ridiculous. And it's just a way for them to try to increase profits in a dying industry. That's it. That's all I think about Februdairy. It's ridiculous, and it's great if, vegans, if you want to go and troll the dairy farmers, great. And that's it. That's all for this video. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I shall have another video up very soon. Peace.